like, and so that's why I'm so grateful to have met you, because you've been doing this for what, 20 plus years?
Yes. Um, I've been studying spirituality since I was 14. I grew up, my family are clergy from very high Church of England, bells, smells, and Latin masses. Then I was locked in a convent boarding school,
Oh,
and they would only teach Christianity. And I was like, I want to learn about Buddhism. I want to learn about Islam.
I'll bet.
and and so I always had that, you know, because we met a lot of people. My family lived abroad, so I always wanted to learn about what other people believed in, and sort of added that to mine. I dissed the church because I was made to go to church so much, and I hated it, and I thought I was the original rebel. But I had visions of Jesus when I started my healing path. I had vision, you know, and they were weird. They weren't just me imagining it. The light was different. I was actually in one of the boats watching him walk on water, and I was like, okay, so there is something in it. Each path has its
Hmm.
spirituality, and I turned my face back, and I believe we are all sons of God. I believe he brought, I think the Christians misinterpreted his message. You know, I think he wanted us to find the Christ within
Yes.
and
Yes.
be nice to
Hmm.
everyone, because that's what he was about, wasn't it? You know,
Hmm.
and I think man does taint religion. They want it to make people toe the lines, and that's what the Roman Catholic Church did. If I were to lean again into any of the Christianities, I'd actually probably go for Armenian, Greek, and maybe Orthodox. I don't think that has, even though the churches are opulent, there is not the horrendous hierarchy that the Roman Catholic Church had.
Mm.
You know, and they are still making saints today. I had a little minor miracle happen to me in Greece when
I
was about
remember
to have a
that.
seizure. I went looking for the old gods, and I came back with modern day, you know, saints. And I'm, yeah, it was
Oh,
incredible.
oh
So,
wow.
you know, they're hearing tappings from the coffin of this guy that died in about the 60s, and he is making people healthy again. And the the belief helps. If anybody has read Tom Robbins' Jitterbug Perfume, that is about the god Pan. No one believes in him, so he's invisible, but he still stinks to high heaven. And they've got to get him from one side of the world to America to the new world. It's a fantastic book. Tom Robbins is a modern day shaman with words.
I love it.
Even cowgirls get the blues. He wrote that, and
Oh,
he wrote,
really?
yeah,
I did not,
he
not know that.
he's a bit like the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas guy, the guy who wrote that.
Okay.
They're very similar. They're both absolutely manic and wacky, and I'd be scared to death if I met either of them because they're so unpredictable. But they write Tom Robbins books are amazing. Yeah,
That's good
yeah.
to know. I'll have to look that up. That's amazing.
Skinny Legs and All, another roadside attraction. He's written amazing books. You'll find him. But yeah, Jitterbug Perfume. It starts
Sure.
in the ancient woods of Bohemia and ends in a Paris perfumery at 9 o'clock tonight. That's what it says on the back. And I like the idea of these gods fading away as we don't believe in them. And
Mm.
now, of course, because we are not persecuted in not every country, but in the West, we are not really persecuted as much for being curious about different paths and
Right.
cultures, you know. So these gods are coming back. They're having a resurgence. And I'm still unsure of whether they are thought forms created by humans, you know, a bit like how the First Nations people create a thought form to protect their, skinwalkers, that sort of thing. They create them, don't they? Or if these gods are an aspect of, I can't find a piece of paper to rip up, if they're an aspect of the one true creator having their own, having an experience. I do believe there's one creator God, and all these other little demigods are part of that creator God having an experience, and that's what we are.
Oh, I agree.
Having an experience, that God spark in us thinks, oh, right, I want to go down and live there and have a life.
Mm-hmm.
And we're born.
Well, that makes sense because a lot of things like are made to distract us from that. Like that we have that power, that we are that unique, that we are that special. And what's going to be part of my book, like about the rewrite of my book, like I'm going to try to take my stories, excuse me. I'm going to close this. We're doing gardening in the middle of the day. Um, on the point of you speaking about faith, nothing changed my spirituality until I was healed from cancer miraculously. Like it like happened, and I was like, I almost didn't believe it myself.
Yeah,
If I could not have
I
felt
can
it,
imagine.
my God. But it's true, and I